What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. Today we're going to be going over some simple steps to handle traffic. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. He says, I see this parked car signal flashing. So right away, we're going to go into orange stage. Okay, we got something kind of poking out. This is kind of weird. You notice how the front end kind of dove a little bit, and we started applying the brakes the moment that person came out. So very good job on the plan here. I didn't have time to squeeze that clutch. Bike stalls on him. So when you're going to apply the brakes, especially in like an emergency stop, go ahead and pull in that clutch anyways. Let's say you're in third, fourth gear, whatever. You pull in that clutch, apply the brakes, apply the rear brakes. When you're fully stopped, go ahead and keep tapping it down with that clutch pulled in to get to first gear and then start back up. You get in that friction zone and then moving forward and then start upshifting while you're trying to take off. Okay, so just in case, so you don't stall the bike, but otherwise, this is great. It could have been a crash, could have been a T-bone crash. You know, it's just a close call. So very good. So right here we have the brake lights, okay? He's checking his speed. Not too bad. He sees the car flashing. The moment we see those brake lights, see the car flashing, we have all this information. It's nighttime. This is kind of a weird situation. Like I said, we're going to go into that orange stage. If you don't know what the orange stage is, it's the color code chart that we have here at the MTC. So make sure you guys join the basic training course we have. And subscribe to Motorcycle Training Concepts on YouTube. Links are in the description for that. So right here we have the indicator. Okay, so that's going to be like, a little bit weird. So I'm going to roll off that throttle, get some engine braking going on, get some of that weight to that front tire, get some friction, get some traction on that front tire. So just in case we had to swerve or do some kind of progressive braking right here, so squeezing that front brake and applying a little bit of that rear brake, we're going to be able to stop better instead of trying to slam the brakes, panic brake, no weight on that front tire. It slides out from underneath us, and we have an issue of dumping the bike. We see that all the time in these close calls and crashes. So you notice how he's not going super fast. That's going to help him out when this starts to happen. That's that side of the vehicle that we see all the time with T-bone accidents and path of travel violations. You hear the engine kind of going down? Yeah, so he's got that engine braking going on. He's going to go and give it a little bit of a horn. I don't know if I would be doing that, but you know what? If he's able to slow down and do the horn at the same time, perfectly fine with me. I don't care. It's up to you. But the main thing here is to get yourself in a position for safety. Part of planning your ride is position for safety. He did locate a hazard, assess it, and navigate it. You notice how P is in yellow, LA is in orange, and N is in red. It's all based off the color code chart. So yellow, we are zoned in. So we're positioned for safety, kind of zoning in. Just kind of moving around, looking around, kind of preparing ourselves for anything, you know, maybe moving over to the left, maybe moving over to the right, because we want to make sure we have good line of sight. We want to make sure we have an escape path and good space cushions. And then all of a sudden we assess something, we see something, we locate a hazard situation like an intersection, which is coming up, or a corner, or some kind of weird thing like this. Oh, we're going into orange stage. And then assessing if it's a relevant threat. Orange stage, still kind of figuring it out, and then boom, something happens. We got to navigate it, and we got to go into red stage. So right here, this is a really good red stage emergency braking, because we don't want to T-bone this person. And yeah, very good job on this rider. Very good job on this rider. All right, so we already have another nighttime issue. Write in the comments what the pattern here is. We do know that this person has the indicator. They are coming into our lane. We're in second gear going 100 something. Hopefully that's kilometers an hour. Okay. But yeah, so what is the pattern here that we typically see when it comes to two-lane roads specifically? We got merged into. Okay. All right, so right here, hopefully you guys said that open lane stack of cars type of situation. So the vehicle in front of this vehicle, so this vehicle right here wanting to indicate, it does not like this vehicle, wants to go faster. This lane is going faster. There's a nice spot right here, and we're going to go ahead and switch into it. Now, we're right here. Okay, I don't know. This is right at the beginning of the video. We don't know if this person right here was in the right lane, decided to do the same exact thing, and then just kind of got caught up in a situation like that. Let's just assume this is what it is right here. This is exactly what it is. So right here, we're in this lane. This person didn't see us. Now, why? Nighttime, lots of lights, lots of different issues, inattentional blindness, motion-induced blindness, all these different phenomena, whatever you want to call it, with the psyche, with the eyeballs, with the brain, how it interprets information, all these different things. At the end of the day, what is it that we can do? We see the indication. We see somebody wanting to come to our lane. We are accelerating, but how hard is it to, when we go from acceleration, to roll off the throttle and squeeze the front brake? Not very hard. So we start to do that. We got a little bit jostled here. Okay. So did he do a bad job? Or did this rider do a bad job? No. So something happened and they got in front of him. We were accelerating. We were going with, I think, the flow of traffic with the little information we have. They moved over pretty quickly. We applied pretty good progressive brake pressure. We started to move into an escape route because we are right now in the right side. So left, center, and right. We're right here. This person decides to come over. We move over here. I think that's a great little arrow right there. We move over here while applying progressive braking. Let's put that back up on the board. So he's squeezing that front brake. So we did a nice adjustment of lane positioning while applying the brakes and not fighting for the lane. We didn't fight for the lane. We just got super close. So imagine if he stayed on the right side and tried to apply the brakes. We would have been in the back of this vehicle. So very good job on the evasive maneuvers. Very good job with planning. We positioned for safety right now, located the hazardous situation. We assessed it was a relevant threat. We navigated it. And guess what? We put ourselves into a new position for safety because we found an escape route, and we applied progressive braking with the navigation part. So it's like a full evolution of boom, 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 boom. You're constantly trying to put yourself in a good position for safety. So great job with the escape path. Let's watch it one more time and move on to the next one. So found the escape path and was able to slow it down. We didn't have to go super, we didn't have to stop. We just had to drop down 30 kilometers an hour. That was really good. We can always accelerate afterwards. Wait, let's go back to this part right here, though. Okay, let's go back just a little bit. What is this pattern? We just watched the original pattern. So now this car is stuck behind these vehicles. We got an intersection coming up, okay? So hopefully it stays green. It's a stale green light. But this vehicle can easily switch over because guess what? We have an open lane. That's exactly what we did. We switched over in the open lane. There's a vehicle here. They're going to switch over in open lane. So what I would be doing now, because this person seems to be causing a lot of issues back and forth, what I'd be doing now is maintain this space cushion. Okay, that's my drawing for a space cushion. If you don't know what a space cushion is, that's what this is. You want to maintain that buffer. You want to have room around you, especially in a 360 kind of cone, or not cone, circle of, or sphere, because you never know, something can come up from the top. A nice little 360, and make sure you have a space cushion so you can swerve left, swerve right, maybe decelerate, nobody's behind you, accelerate if there's space, or swerve in front of you, or have a good total stopping distance. But yeah, another pattern just popped up. We passed one thing, we got another thing. If you ever want to know where to get motorcycle training online so you don't have to travel anywhere, check out the MTC Rider Academy. This is part of the membership bundle, which is only $4.99. Look, we get all these different lessons all the way through here, many, many videos, everything you're going to need to know how to ride and start riding a motorcycle the smart way, and you get a whole bunch more. Check it out, links in the description. It's only $4.99 the first month. Prices go up in 2023, so lock it in right now. Let's go ahead and get right back into it. All right, so right here we have an intersection, so we should be in orange stage. Let's see if we handle this pretty well. I like having my phone GPS on my handlebars. Quad lock discount in the description if you want to look for a nice phone mount and phone case. Love it. Get the vibration dampener with it. Okay, we're accelerating. Okay. Oh, uncommon thing, headlights. We shouldn't be having headlights in our lane. So good job on the stopping. Why is the Volkswagen getting too close? Now we're going to do a nice slow turn to make it into that little gap. So the Volkswagen dude, what a jerk. We have a pedestrian in the walkway right here. So we're going to kind of hopefully we're going to wait. And we did. We waited, so now we can accelerate. Very good. Very good. So we see headlights. So I want to be able to pay attention to stuff up here, okay? I want to have, when I said space cushion previously, this is my space cushion. I want to have all this room to make adjustments if I needed to, like whatever it is I needed to, or maybe even stop right here to allow this dum-dum to get into here. Hopefully there's nobody behind us. I don't see anybody behind us in our mirrors. So there's a lot of planning that goes in place here. Okay, so positioning for safety is a big thing. So if this right here, if we stop right here, is this the better position for safety, or getting right in front of them where nobody can move outside of us having to get into that little spot off to the right? So pay attention. You see headlights in your lane. That is no es bueno. You do not want that. That means somebody's coming right at you. So don't accelerate to this. We already noticed. We're trying to rev bomb, trying to get them out of the way. So the best thing that we possibly could do, instead of just fight for it, because obviously they can't get in. They can't get in. Let's go ahead and move over. Should we have to do that? No. No, we shouldn't have to do that, but guess what? We're gonna, because we don't want to get hit. And I see an open spot right there. So when I talk about position for safety, yes, I'm gonna put myself over there for a good position for safety, because that's where my escape route is. That's where my best space cushions are, because the space cushion is closing between me and the car. And then my line of sights can be even better, because I can't see anything past this vehicle, but I bet you if I move right here, I can see way down there. So line of sight. Locating the hazard, yeah. Okay, it's a relevant threat. We assess that it's a relevant threat. Let's go ahead and move over. So at this point, I'm going to be in red stage. I get it. They're slowing down. We're slowing down. It's still at the same time, getting a collision on a motorcycle it's just not good. So let's not do that. So if we see that, move over. Move over. So now try to move over. Now we got to do slow, tight turn. Okay. We have those trainings. If you want to know how to do that, we could do figure eights, U-turns, slow right turn, straight line weave, just a slow straight line. We have a bunch of different stuff. Swerving, emergency braking on Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. Check it out. Links in the description. We got 31,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get 100,000. Let's move on over there and have some fun. All right, so we're coming up to here. It looks like we got a nice little dash cam. One thing that I'm really worried about when it comes to big buildings like this, and you can tell that this was an intersection because the sidewalk ends, is that we're going to have a line of sight issue. So one thing I can already point out is that there's a gap between this building and this building right here. It's two different kinds of buildings, and you can see kind of a gap there. More than likely, that's going to be a street. So more than likely, we're going to have an intersection. And so what should we be doing? Going into orange stage with intersections. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so just before we move off into the actual whatever happens, yeah, so there's the gap, and that's an intersection. So that's an area where people can get in and out. Yeah, it's like an alleyway, but guess what? That's an intersection to me. All right, let's go ahead and move on. There's the side of the vehicle. Good job with the braking. He moved over just in case that person decided to stop. So let's go and watch that one more time. So there's the little turtle head poking out. We have that side of the vehicle popping out. Now, if you notice, side of the vehicle, 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 side. Like, we got a bunch of side of the vehicles, but which ones are moving? Which ones have electricity going through the system? The lights aren't illuminated. This one's probably illuminated. You know, the running lights, maybe if this was on, if one of these vehicles were on, you're going to have the running lights going on. Maybe even the backup light right there going on. So that's when you start to indicate, hey, somebody's in the vehicle, somebody can move this vehicle. This isn't good. So movement right there. Let's watch it one more time. So watch the movement. Nothing else moves. That's the movement. So when our eyes are searching for hazards, because remember, we're planning our ride, locating hazardous situations and assessing if it's a relevant threat. If it's moving, it's a possibility that it's a threat. If it's not moving, we're doing okay. Hopefully it stays there. But our eyes will catch that movement before it will catch these other vehicles. So we're coming up to here. Somebody's coming out. So he starts to apply progressive brake pressure because, we're about to hit the side of the vehicle. Okay, we can't swerve to the right. We're going to hit some parked vehicles, maybe even the telephone pole. We have an escape path to the left, but that's where that person's going. The gap that is increasing is behind the vehicle. The gap that's decreasing is in front of the vehicle because that's the path of travel. If they stop right now, hey, we got a nice little gap, and we can also swerve here. I'm hoping they stop. What we need to be doing is not choosing one or the other when it comes to emergency maneuvers, because we're in red stage now. We can apply brake pressure. Okay, so we have total stopping distance right here. We can apply brake pressure to buy us time. Okay, we're traveling at a certain speed and closing the gap at a certain speed. If we slow down our speed, we're going to close that gap at a slower pace. We're going to buy ourselves time to make a better decision. So brake sometimes is the best option. Sometimes swerving is the best option first. But in this situation, typically with intersections, braking and then figuring out, hey, I need to really stop Thankfully, we already have weight on that front tire, or at least transitioning more weight on the front tire because we're braking. And then we can apply more progressive braking and really stop. Or we have now weight on that front tire. And now when we swerve, we have traction on that front tire when we swerve. And we're able to make a really good, clean swerve. So right here, it's buying us some time. Oh, this person is going to continue going. Okay, so I really got to slow down, and then maybe I can go for the gap that's increasing. So let's see that one more time. Here we go. Just needed to let that person go, maybe swerve to the right after that. There you go. Handled it very well. This was a close call. Smart rider, seeks and recognizes hazard situations, did not panic. We acquire gear, hopefully, rescuing, teaching. And they're teaching us here at the MTC Rider Academy. But guys, if you want to learn more, please sign up, subscribe, whatever it is. Go to Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube and follow along. Pay attention. We got some really good tips going on over there. Plus, you have all the fundamental skills you can learn, like U-turns, figure eights, all that stuff. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll be seeing you around.